Hey guys, so today we are going to be testing out all the popular and viral Korean sunscreen that you've probably seen on TikTok, on Instagram, on YouTube, all the social media. And I'll let you know if they're worth the hype, so let's just get started! Day 1, and I'm using the Beauty of Joseon sunscreen. And this one is super popular online recently because it has like rice extract, a bunch of rice benefits in here, and it is a chemical sunscreen. It's 50 mils. It comes in this tube that looks like a toothpaste tube, and it looks really cute and like kind of like clean, very minimal. And I think this should be enough. Of course, I will apply more if necessary. And as you can see, my skin is not at all the best right now. I have a pimple, I have a breakout right there, and then I have a lot of redness. I have some milia around my eyes area. As you can see, there are no white casts, and it doesn't sting my eyes. So let me reapply some more around my eyes to see. I used to try the La Roche-Posay sunscreen, and it stings my eyes so bad. A lot of chemical sunscreen in the state stings my eyes. Even when I don't apply it directly on my eyes, like around my eyebrows, and then throughout the days when I sweat or like oils, and then it slowly go into my eyes, it stings. Like, I am very particular with that, and this one does not sting at all. My first impression, I really like it that it doesn't have any white casts, it doesn't sting my eyes, and there are no pillings. So I'm at the 2 hours mark of wearing the sunscreen. You want to reapply every 2 hours. Wow, there are no pillings even though this is the second applications. That's really good. And of course, when I first apply, it's a bit tacky, but I think it's just all applications that are like that, and then leave it like 30 minutes to settle in. So let's do a basic makeup look that I normally do and see if it actually works well under makeup. Okay, I think that's all for my makeup today. My sunscreen works really well under makeup. I only have like foundation, bronzer, and blush, but it works really well. It doesn't move around. Just stay in place. So it's been a few hours since I last reapplied the sunscreen, and now we're going to do our final rating for the Joseon Beauty of Joseon Relief Sun Rice Plus Probiotic Sunscreen. This is a 5 out of 5. It doesn't irritate my eyes at all. I'm very sensitive to chemical sunscreen, and this is chemical sunscreen, and it doesn't irritate at all. It doesn't show any white cast. As you can see, when I apply it on, it literally blends into my natural skin. Perfect. It was a bit tacky when I first applied it. After like 30 minutes or so, it literally feels like nothing is on your skin, and it doesn't smell like anything. With that being said, this is a great sunscreen. I highly recommend this, and I can see why everyone is hyping about this sunscreen because it's so good. If you haven't tried it, try it out. Day 2 with the sunscreen. I also made my bed, so it's not as messy as yesterday. We're using the Birch Juice moisturizing sunscreen, so let's open this baby up. It looks super pretty with the packaging, and it's in like a toothpaste tube, like the same as the Beauty of Joseon. Let's do 2 line tests. Okay, the moment of truth, let's put it near our eyes to see if it stings. It doesn't sting my eyes at all. I don't know what's with all the Korean sunscreen, but it feels so nice. It feels like a moisturizer. But my first impression, I really like the sunscreen. There are no white casts, easy to blend in, and doesn't irritate my eyes. Oh my gosh, I finally found some sunscreens that doesn't irritate my eyes, that are chemical, so It's been a few hours since I last applied the sunscreen, and I obviously have on some makeup, but that's because I want to see how the sunscreen will look like on top of makeup. I know a lot of people have questions and problem with applying sunscreen on top of their makeup because it will smudge, but obviously it's going to not look the same because you're rubbing it in, but it's all for protecting your skin. So I'm just going to apply it on top. I'm not going anywhere, so I don't really care how my makeup looks, and I just want to see how it interacts with my makeup. Just a bit. So rubbing it in. I think the key with putting on sunscreen on top of makeup is to not have on too much makeup. I don't see any blush on my face, maybe a bit of bronzer, but otherwise I don't see any blush. And I don't know if you can see my hand. I think some foundation got on my hand, but I don't see any peelings or weird things on my face applying on top of makeup. It's just the blush, the bronzer, the coloring part of your face makeup is just gonna be gone, and so you may want to reapply some blush, but I still have a pretty good coverage from my foundation, so that's pretty good. Okay, I'm just going to give my rating here. I am giving this a 5 out of 5. This is the same rating as the Beauty of Joseon's. I feel like it's pretty similar because there's no white cast, as you see. There is very slight stickiness, but like after a few minutes it's gone, so it's the same as the Beauty of Joseon in that way. And then it doesn't irritate my skin at all, and there are no scents. So obviously from my rating, I completely recommend this sunscreen. This is an amazing sunscreen. 5 out of 5, like I said. Let's go on day 3 and test out the next sunscreen. Day 3, we're using the Isntree Hyaluronic Acid Watery Sun Gel. So I expect this to also have like a very soft consistency or lightweight consistency. So let's open this up to do 2 lines. So 2 lines. Okay, the irritation test. I have some sunscreen still, some left on my hands. Let's put it on our eyelid. Yeah, it doesn't irritate my eyes at all. Oh my gosh, I love Korean sunscreen. So as you can see, there are no white casts. It blends in super easy. There is a slight sunscreeny scent, but you really have to go like literally next to the skin to smell it. Otherwise, it's really good, and I feel like I'm just going to like all these sunscreens because it doesn't burn my eyes and there are no white casts. It's easy to blend. There's just so much good things to say about these. So it's been a few hours, and you know what that means. Reapplication time. 2 lines, 2 finger, and we're just gonna. Yep, my blush is gone, but honestly, I don't even expect it to be there after rubbing it in, you know. I obviously expect it to move around. That is my final conclusion on this sunscreen. I am giving it a 4.75 out of 5. The only points that I docked was because of the scent. It does have a slight scent of sunscreen, but you really can only smell it if you go next to the skin and be like smelling it. Otherwise, it doesn't have that strong of a scent. It has no white cast, does not really stick to your skin, like your skin doesn't feel tacky at all. It actually dries down much faster than the Beauty of Joseon. Doesn't irritate my eyes at all, so I really recommend this sunscreen as well. I feel like I'm recommending all the sunscreens to you guys, but they're all so good. Let's move on to day 4. So it's the last day and the final sunscreen. So let's open up this baby and try it on for you guys. And apply it on our face. two finger. Doesn't burn my eyes, which is good. I'm done with the application. As you can see, my skin looks so nice and glowy. It doesn't feel as tacky as the other sunscreen. Like, it feels so good on my face. It's just the scent that's kind of throw me off. So I'm going to continue wearing it and reapply in a bit. And of course, I'll give you an update then. So see you in the update. I have been wearing the sunscreen for a few hours now, and I do notice that my skin is a little bit more oily than when I had used all the other sunscreens, so it may not be that good for like oily skin if you don't like the glowy look. But let's reapply and see how it works as a second application. I guess there's an air bubble in here, but let's shake it up and reapply. And I'm not testing it with makeup today, but I can already see that it's like more oily than usual. So reapplying it on top of makeup maybe a bit too emollient and move your makeup around even more than all the other sunscreens. So I feel like it's just not the best choice for oily skin. So my final rating for this sunscreen is a 3.5. Yeah. First off, I really like that there is no white cast, so as you can see, it blends into my skin really easily, and there isn't much stickiness. I actually really love the consistency that it's on my skin and on my face, but it did sting my eyes. It goes through my eyes and it stings, so it didn't sting when I first applied it, but now it stings, so still bad either ways. And at last, it did look really ugly on my skin the longer I wear it. I just thought my skin is kind of like dry combo. I can't even imagine someone with like super oily skin to wear the sunscreen because you're just going to droop down like oils. Like, it is so bad. Like, my skin is so oily. Final conclusion: I do not recommend the sunscreen. I maybe recommend it for someone who has super dry skin, and it's a very nice kind of like moisturizing too, but not when you have combo or like oily skin. It's just a no-no. So what do I think about these sunscreens? So I do notice that a lot of these sunscreens, they never mention that they are water resistant. A lot of sunscreen in the state, they mention that it's water resistance up to 80 minutes, but these Korean sunscreen, they mention that you need to reapply after 40 minutes of swimming or sweating. So it doesn't last as long if you're planning to wear it to like the beach or the pool. So that, I guess, is one of the drawbacks for these Korean sunscreens. But I do notice that these sunscreens do not sting your eyes that much. I have used like American sunscreen that are chemical, and they burns my eyes much worse than these. But out of these 4 sunscreen, I recommend these 3 for just everyday use. If you have combo, oily or dry skin, these are beautiful on your face. I'm wearing it right now under makeup. This sunscreen, however, I do not recommend for people with oily skin, and I'll probably be wearing it during like the winter where I'm super dry, or I'll probably use it as a body sunscreen. But yeah, that's all for my review, and I hope you guys enjoy this video. And if you guys want me to test more sunscreen, I really want to try out like a bunch of Australian sunscreen because I heard that that's really good, and one of my favorite sunscreen is this Australian Gold. So let me know if you guys want to watch that video, and I'll make sure to do it for you guys. And that's it. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!